There's nothing more shocking than when you're in a relationship, everything feels like it's going great. He's a great guy. The two of you've got this connection, and then he comes to you and tells you that he wants a break. Feels like it comes out of the blue and you're like, what? And so what do you do in those moments? Of course, one thing is you can just cast him to the side and say, yeah, of course, if you're not certain about me, then I don't want to be with anyone who's not certain about me. And while in many cases that's the right move, there are those moments when you can feel that he's having a paradigm. Like you can feel that he's just getting rattled with the depth, with the connection, with the amount of love that the two of you share. There's a part of you that says, look, if I'm going to be grounded and I'm going to be mature in this moment, what would real love look like here? So I'm going to share with you some steps that you can take that honors yourself, respects yourself, and also gives this man that you care about an opportunity to go through the process that whatever he needs to go through so that he can have clarity about how he wants to move forward. This actually came up recently in one of my coaching calls. A client of mine finally started dating this guy. This guy was solid. This guy's respectful. This guy followed through. He planned dates. He would make plans in advance. He was romantic. The two of them dated for 3 or 4 months. It looked like this thing was going to go the distance. So when she got on a coaching call and said that he was asking for a break, I was shocked. I was like, wow, okay. So this guy, and what did he say? And she goes, he just says that he's not sure if he really sees this going the distance. Maybe he's not ready. And I could tell that he was just getting really wobbly. And she shared that he was asking for some time where he could pull back. The two of them could take some space where he could get clear on what it is that he really wanted. And she goes, it feels like he's ripping my heart out. I'm not sure. Should I give him that time or should I not? And so the first step is if someone's asking for a break, and of course, this isn't the situation where you're just going to break up with them and say, if you're not clear, then I'm done. But you actually want to give them some time to get clear because what you have is so special. The first step is to make a clear agreement on the amount of time the break is going to last. Part of what's so anxiety ridden is the ambiguity of not knowing when the person is done with their break. And so it's completely okay to say, okay, what time length of a break would help you get clear? Because it can't just be indefinite. Let's pick a time where we're going to come back together. And if you're still not clear at the end of that break, then okay, we'll take it from there. But there's a time length where we're going to get back together and chat. And so that's the first thing that this client did is she asked him, said, okay, I'm willing to stay grounded, willing to let you have your process. What's a reasonable time length? And I told her no more than 30 days. And he was like, I think I might want, I don't know, a few weeks. I might want maybe 6 weeks. And she was like, how about 30 days? And he's like, done. 30 days. Okay. And so what do you do in those 30 days? Because those can be agonizing, right? How do you hold yourself? How do you hold your mind? What you want to do in this moment is let go of control, let go of expectation, let go of trying to hold on to this relationship because the relationship is out of your control. Ultimately, when we try to control things that are outside of our control, that's the basis for suffering. But I'm going to release and I'm going to let go of trying to control this moment and just turn it over to my higher power. And then the next step is to remember who you are without this person. And it can be really easy to get our identity entangled with the other person, that I'm his girlfriend or I'm his wife. We're in this partnership together and that's our identity. And to remember, who are you without this person? That you're the amazing woman who goes after this career. You're the amazing woman who has these passions. You're the amazing friend who has these beautiful relationships. You're the amazing daughter or you're the amazing mother. Remember who you are outside of this relationship and then engage there. This is the perfect time to finish that project that you want to do. It's the perfect time to go learn that new skill. It's the perfect time to get invested in you. It's the perfect time to pour into yourself. Go do those massages that you haven't had time to do because you've been hanging out with him. Go see the friends that you haven't seen because you've been hanging out with him. That leads me to the very next strategy, which is to embolden your relationships. So hang out with those friends that you haven't seen in a while. Reconnect with those family members. Pour into other people. Get your mind off this situation. Let's say that this guy doesn't want to move forward at the end of all of this. This is exactly what you would be doing to heal and move forward anyway. Focus on yourself. Focus on your healing. Create a life that you love. Reconnect to those relationships. And so that's exactly what you're doing now. And all the while, remembering this last step, which is him or someone even better still. Believe that, because that's always the way it works out. If this guy doesn't choose back in, if this guy says, you know what, I've reflected and it's really not for me, know this, there's someone even better for you. There's someone who's an even better fit. There's someone as good as this person is. And I know that you were with them because they were amazing. It never ceases to amaze me how often this happens. I'm coaching a woman. She made somebody, they're awesome. For whatever reason, it doesn't work out. She gets devastated. She is resilient. She rises back up, meets somebody new, and she's like, oh my gosh, this new person is so much better than that other relationship. It always leads there because life is seeking expansion. If you hold your mind right, if you hold yourself in the state that, look, if this is meant to be, we will come together. But if it's not meant to be, then someone even better is in store. What you don't want, if someone comes to you in a very mature way, says, I'm having doubts, I'm wobbly, I really would like a break for me to get my head straight. And they've been loving, they've been caring, they've been consistent. If you just break up with them in that moment right there, which if you feel called to do, you can do. But if you break up with them out of a reaction, out of fear, or out of ego, then what you're left with is regret. Gosh, what if I did give them some space and they ended up coming back? What if I did give them some breathing room? And what if I did trust in the connection that the two of us had? And that's exactly what you don't want, is to live with that regret. How can we live a life full of love, open-hearted, being the person who says yes to possibilities so that we can claim that greatest good that's available to every single one of us? This path holds that door open. Now, in this particular circumstance, what happened? The 30 days came up. She got back on the coaching call. She said that she had a conversation with him. The two of them met in person, had this beautiful, loving conversation where he realized that he isn't interested in her as his long-term person, but he loves her. He's had a great time in the time they've been together. The two of them hugged. She was hurt. She was sad. She was disappointed, but she moved forward. And on our most recent coaching call, she goes, Matt, I realized that as good as I thought that relationship was, she goes, I've been going on dates and I've met 2 other men who are amazing and I'm having a blast. I never thought I would be able to recover this quickly, but this type of coaching, she goes, it's made so much difference in my life, and that I have no regrets about whether or not I sabotaged anything. I gave it the maximum possibility, and now I'm moving forward. And so if you would love support in your love life, if you would love to have that added resilience, if you would love to call in the love of your life and get guidance along the way, I highly encourage you to click the link below. There's a program called Manifest Your Man that gives you the proven techniques, the proven tools, the proven steps for you to call in the love of your life, all while getting support from me and an amazing community of like-minded women who are all on this journey with you. It is amazing what happens in a short period of time for people's love lives. Click that link, fill out a form. My team member will reach out to you, give you all the information, and let's make this year your year for love. Let's make this year the year that it finally comes together and you attract the love of your life. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.